think one of the most important virtues is advocacy. And advocacy is basically just looking at a nonprofit organization or any organization and taking their cause or their initiative and bringing that to the community. And as a cohort, we've been able to do that throughout our time here, beginning with our service project at the Family House in Toledo, going on to working with 3 organizations in Vermillion, Ohio, and most recently working with Presidents United to Solve Hunger to fight against food insecurity. And we have been so thankful to have a positive impact on our community.
Active listening is something that was important to us as a cohort, especially when we started off in the summer program for our first year together. When we first met each other, it was really important that we understood what each other needed and how we would work best with one another. That is where active listening came into play, and we found out each other's needs, wants, and how we could best suit those into our lives to really create strong relationships throughout the next 4 years.
Understanding is an important trait of servant leadership that our cohort has practiced together throughout 4 years. Understanding involves comprehending the unique situations and history that each person has been involved in throughout their lifetime. Understanding is important because it helps us determine the best solutions for everyone involved. During our summer program, we had to determine the best solutions for various projects that we did, and understanding each person's history and context help us to come to those decisions in a better and more efficient way.
We talked about humility, especially in the beginning of our summer program, and with humility, that is more of putting others before yourself. So we really did this and saw this in the team building activities that we did. And we have a bunch of strong leaders in our cohort who wanted to be like the front runners all the time, but we really learned through those activities that you can't always do that. You need to lead from the back, lead from the middle. Leaders can come from anywhere. So through that, that's how we learned humility.
Part of planning our most recent service project, we had to be very aware of the issues that were affecting us and the BG community as well. One thing we heard a lot about was food insecurity, and so the more we looked into it, the more we found out that this was something that we would be able to effectively help the BG's community with, and that's how we came up with our service project.
A big thing about our retreat was really focusing on growth of others, and growth of others is pretty much reflected in terms of growing people as leaders and growing their leadership potential. So our theme was socially conscious dialogue, which really put out in reflection, dialogue, and social justice. And so it's important for us to really showcase to scholars that it's important to really think about yourselves, think about the way you speak and come in contact with others, and think about the ways you really work for change and really trying to change the world.
When I think about genuineness in our cohort, I think about the instances during the summer program where if we were having an issue or there was miscommunication, we really took the time to sit in a full group and hash out anything that we were going through, or just the way that we take time to have one-on-ones with other people, like after cohort, or you text somebody, meet up with somebody, even if it's not about like you making sure communication is clear on the issue or voicing your concerns, even if it's just encouragement or hey, I saw you did this and I'm really proud of you for it. And I just think that our communication and really striving to understand each other's background and how each other feels and how each other deals with things or what they're going through really helps us become a stronger, more positive team and be able to move forward and accomplish our goals in a more effective way.
Building community means building meaningful personal and professional relationships in the BGSU community while encouraging others to work toward a common goal. In our cohort, we have built relationships in and outside of cohort and forums by communicating and understanding the strengths of each other. While doing this, we've also made long-lasting friendships that will last outside of BGSU.
Empathy is the ability to understand others. We as leaders believe that relationships are the foundation of leadership, and this is something that has been emphasized throughout our entire PLA experience. The first thing that I think of when I think of how our cohort has exhibited empathy was when we fundraised and put on a service project for BGSU's Ending Hunger, formerly known as PUSH, Presidents United to Solve Hunger. Us as a cohort collaborated and thought about needs that were happening around campus right here at BGSU. A big need that has been brought to the attention is hunger, and that a lot of college students are food insecure. and we were able to empathize with that need. And just because we've all experienced hunger in some way, shape, or form, and its effects on us mentally and physically. So we took that need and we took ideas that we had and we collaborated and we put on an awesome event. The ability to empathize has been very crucial to us as a cohort and our personal development as leaders.